Okay. Allie, get your life together. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I know this video I promised you guys so long ago, but I'm finally bringing it to you now. It is more information about moisture and length retention. So when I did the big chop, I definitely focused so much on making sure my hair was always moisturized, as well as whatever styling I was doing or routine I had, it would promote hair growth. So if you guys are interested to know what it is I did, and also what I'm currently doing to do the same exact thing, let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna lay this video out into sections and be, you know, all proper and everything like that. It's actually just gonna be more of a talking thing. So if you guys maybe want to see times of when I'm gonna talk about certain things, I'll try to lay them out in the description box, but if I forget, make sure you tell me guys. So let's just get started. So when I did the big chop, it was very spur of the moment. I didn't plan it. I didn't have any, you know, precautions I took before. I literally just chopped my hair off and started from scratch. So this is a very big difference between a lot of you guys who may have, you know, big chop multiple times or things like that, because after I did my big chop, I kind of just went ahead and made sure that every single thing I did promoted hair growth. So part of that journey started with trying new products, and after a long time I noticed that Cantu products work the best for me. So I usually use a lot of the Cantu leave-in conditioner or the Cantu deep conditioner. So every time I would wash my hair, I would deep condition, and this is so important when you have shorter hair, is to make sure it's moisturized, because with longer hair you can find as though that products will stay in your hair a little bit longer, because, you know, obviously using more products with the more length of hair that you have. So so me personally, I use the deep conditioner probably every single time that I wash my hair, which was every 2 weeks, because shorter hair gets, you know, less dirty. You get the idea. Anyway, so I made sure when I first big chopped, I left my hair alone. So if you are going to be cutting your hair and, you know, kind of starting from scratch, the key is to let your hair be. But if you're going to go on the ladder and do protective styling like I did one of two things. I started with braids, and then I continued my journey with wigs and, you know, things like that. Actually, it connects to what I have right now. So right now, I'm going to show you guys a clip right now of the hair that I purchased from the beauty supply store. I believe it was only about $4.99 a pack, and I used 4 packs on my hair. And the best tip I can give you guys, if you are to protective style with braids, is if you want to have longer hair, you need to have bigger sections. And if you want to have shorter hair, then you can do as many sections as you want. And here's why. The longer the hair you have, the heavier it will be. So if you have very tiny sections and really long hair, you're going to be putting a lot more stress on your hair if you didn't. So I think I can show you guys some of them, but you can see this section in the front of my hair, don't mind my ratty edges, that this section is probably about 3 fingers large, and once I get to the middle of my head, I separated it a little smaller. That way I can have a little bit more thickness in the front of my hair. But just overall, you want the longer hair to have bigger sections. And the reason I know this is because I did the smaller section long hair look, and I ended up having a bit of breakage by my ears, like the hair right by my ears. My hair right there was very sensitive, and it did break off. So I really don't want that to happen to you guys. So make sure, if you're gonna have braids, to do so very cautiously, and, you know, have a little bit bigger sections than you normally would, just to make sure that your hair and the weave have enough to latch onto, so obviously your cuticles can breathe and yada yada. Other than that, in the products that I did, so I really love having spray conditioners. So I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'll insert a clip right now of my favorite spray conditioners by Carol's Daughter, and I think it's their black milk one. It's in a purple bottle, and at night I usually just like to spray my braids with it, so that way, since I can't get to my hair directly, if I can penetrate the weave that my hair is in and moisturize it that way, that is perfect. Because obviously when you're doing your braids, you're gonna have, you know, products you're gonna add into it, but over time they're gonna wear off. So when I did my braids, I put in my favorite thing, coconut oil, absolutely. So when I was sectioning off my hair, I just put a very small amount in the palm of my hand and then rubbed it all throughout the section. My hair was completely dry and put coconut oil. On the tips of my hair as well as my roots, I put on some Jamaican black castor oil. This is the one I use in everything. So if you guys don't already have Jamaican black castor oil, you need to. It is very good at promoting hair growth, but also it's just a very thick oil so that you'll know it's going to stick to your hair perfectly. And lastly, to smooth down my hair, because when you're doing braids, you obviously want your hair to, I don't know, just not stick out is the word I was trying to stick for. So what I ended up doing is I put a small amount of this Blueberry Bliss gel onto my hair, because when I was twisting it in, I wanted it to stay within the weave and then just not pop out and things like that. This is something that's not necessary though. I have to say that because you obviously don't want to put too much gel in your hair, or else your hair will end up drying out. So I just put the smallest little amount of this gel in my hair. So in order to promote the best hair growth when you're protective styling with braids like I do, is every 3 to 4 weeks, I always cleanse my scalp as well as retwisted my hair. So for cleansing my scalp, all I did was I took a 1-to-3 ratio between apple cider vinegar and water, and I mixed it up into like a little cup and took little cotton rounds, and I would saturate the cotton round in it, and I would clean my scalp that way. And of course, you know, maybe once in a while I'd wash my hair or something like that, but the only bad part about washing your hair is, of course, if you do that, you're going to end up having flyaways all over your head. So best recommendation is just to take whatever cleanser that you have, preferably apple cider vinegar, so you don't necessarily have to wash it out because it's diluted. So you just dip it into your little solution and clean your scalp that way, and that will make not only your scalp stay clean, but also it'll bring the length you have with your braids a lot longer. And in the same sense, I retwisted a bunch of them, and I know people will think that like, oh, what's the point of having braids if you have to end up retwisting them? But this is more about the health of your hair rather than the length of the protective style that you have. So most times your edges will come out first, as well as, you know, the nape of your neck. So you want to make sure that you're keeping the circulation of your hair healthy by giving it maybe at least that 3-week grace period to breathe again once you take it out. So what I would usually do is I would take out the braids that were in the front of my head. I would spray just a little bit of water, coconut oil, and then retwist it back up. So that way I can check to see how the health of my hair is doing, as well as take out the product buildup that would come up because of maybe I was gelling my edges, or just because any product that I have was building up right there. So that's definitely one of the biggest tips I have for you guys, because I don't want you guys to experience the same breakage that I originally did. Just in general, you don't necessarily have to redo your entire head, but if you want to make sure that your hair is going to be as healthy as possible, I would redo the front after 3 to 4 weeks. And if you can, maybe take an hour out of your day to go ahead and do one section at a time, redoing your hair to make sure not only it's clean, but the health of your hair is perfect. But it's the same idea when I have wigs, is I'll just cornrow my hair down, make sure to saturate it with a spray conditioner with coconut oil every few days, just to make sure my hair is nice and healthy, and try to do that dry washing with apple cider vinegar like I mentioned, and you're pretty good to go. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that thumbs up and leave any video requests right into the comments so I can see them and make them for you. And if you're new, make sure to follow me on my social media accounts, because I want to see all of your beautiful faces. Hit that big red button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.